Hey y'all, good morning. I was just sitting here. I said, then before I do a video, because I had some shit on my mind. I said, I want to listen to some music. So, excuse me while I go to my library and see what I got, because I love some old school R&B. Like, they really need to bring R&B back. And I was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and he was saying how um, he felt that R&B was gone because of women, because we want the thugs, we want the but see, what they get wrong is that we don't want thugs, we want alpha males. We used to our men being kings, warriors. If any of y'all ever watched the movie Shaka Zulu, I suggest you go watch it. It's about our culture, about our people. They depict him as being this like ruthless killer. But at the end of the day, he was protecting his family and his culture. He was getting his respect, and that's because he knew who the fuck he was. He was protected by all type of different strong powers. Like they'll show like there was this witch, and and they'll let you and they'll depict to us like witches are like something of always evil, but this witch was didn't do anything evil to him. She protected him, loved him, had his back, whatever he needed. If he needed his sword blessed so everybody he cut with it died, that's what happened. If he needed strength to run for 3 days straight to go save his mother or whatever the case may be, he was given strength. Like it's just so dope. You have to learn about your culture. And I know y'all seen a lot of people being conscious or, going vegan or, you know what I'm saying, cutting all their hair off or whatever the case may be. You've even seen me do it. It's because when you start getting conscious and start getting awakened and starting to know who you really are, like it's this comfortability of like, that's where you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? So now I want to learn more about it. Now I want to learn more about myself. You know what I mean? And that's why it's been stripped from us, and that's why there's all these religions, Christianity, and so forth. Muslims is has been around for a while, but it's still a religious background. You know what I mean? But when you get into depths with like Buddhism and Akashic records and Kemet law and all this other stuff, like you'll start to notice like, wow, you connect with it. That's why like even like in a lot of churches, like people's like, no, I know that this is what it's supposed to be, because you get this feeling, you feel connected. But the thing about it is that a lot of religions have stolen our culture and principles because they knew that's what you would connect with. So that's why they know you'll worship this middleman or go-to person. Not saying anything about Jesus, Muhammad, or nothing, because um, they were like real men of God. They were I'm trying to think of the word, like when God sends you down to be the like to lead the people towards back to Him, towards love and towards where we're supposed to be. Not disciples. It'll come to me. But those men were very connected to God, and they had like they lived the life of how we supposed to live. Complete love. No type of disregards between if somebody does something to you, start to lash out, you feel like you got reprimand. It's straight love. And I'm trying to learn how to do that now. And it's hard, and we all know that, because when we're living in a world where everybody is on survival mode. They don't have no empathy, they are narcissistic, they're you know selfish and stuff. It's when you're in survival mode, the thing about it is that that's what you are. You're surviving by any means necessary. And it doesn't mean that you're a bad person or that anybody else is a bad person. It's just that you've been put in that mode. I've been put there. I'm still kind of partially there. I know some of y'all are there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you have to do. I don't know if it's Lil Wayne and Drake that made this song. It was like I'm the only one to get the job done. Can't nobody like cover for me or something. Like I don't know the hook or whatever, but I like that song or whatever. That I like that track because it means a lot. Like there's nobody else to get the job done but me. I have full responsibility of a whole fucking person. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't know about you, but I take parenthood seriously because my mother took parenthood seriously. So it definitely has to be something that's taught and trickled down, but it's serious. Still to this day, it's serious. Anybody that knows my mother know that lady is something about her, but I'm not playing her close. So could you imagine as her daughter being raised in a house by somebody who speaks like three different languages, who's read her punishment was to read the encyclopedia and the dictionary. Like I had to speak proper English in the house. I had to come in with nothing but A's, and if I had a B, you had to explain that, and definitely not a C. My mother told me the only thing that come in here with a C better be the mail with my name on it, because her name is Christine. You know what I'm saying? So this is how she would talk to me. Like I had an OG raising me since birth. So, like, damn, what was I talking about? I got off topic. I just always like to talk about my mom, because she just is like fucking amazing to me. Like I always felt like I could never live up to her standards, and I was like, how am I ever going to get there? This lady, like, she done went to school. She got like all type of certificates. She's so educated. Like she performed like miracles in front of my eyes, and I mean for real. I don't mean just talking cliche like, oh, it was miracles because the lights were always on and food was on the table. Like I've seen money appear before my eyes. I've seen her move things and make things happen. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, you know, her just always like be there. She was just like always like an angel. You know what I'm saying? I just don't even think she's here sometimes. I just think that, you know what I mean? So, but anyway, what the hell was I talking about? So I'm trying to find something to watch, and it was some things on my mind. And one of the things that was on my mind that I was talking about was I hate when this happens, because see, this is what happens. So many thoughts come into my mind because I'm such an overthinker. I forget. And then they said that that's ADHD, right? Attention deficit. First, it was ADD, attention deficit disorder. So that means your attention, the deficit means like something is thrown off. It's not running regular. It's not running accurately or right. You know, there's a lack of. So attention deficit disorder, you know, disorder means something is just, again, out of whack or whatever. It means that you can't focus for too long on one thing. So they made that a problem. And if you have that problem, then we need to educate you. We need to slow your brain down from thinking. So then that's when they brought in all these different drugs to slow your brain down from thinking. So, you know, me being conscious, starting to get awakening and starting to, you know, research and do a lot of things. I'm just like, let me study this, because I was diagnosed with that. And I remember, and I got diagnosed late, as they say, in college, because straight through school, I was always honors, everything. Like my mom would get tired of coming to like, different ceremonies and events like National Honor Society, you know, salutatorian and, you know, honors. And I would constantly just like, school to me was so fucking easy. It wasn't even funny. Like the stuff that they was giving to me. And my mother knew at a young age, because she would go to school and like give her extra work to keep her busy. Like she knew she had to keep me busy. You know what I'm saying? So she studied me and knew her child. Like I was involved in an activity 7 days a week. Monday through Friday was school. Saturday was ballet. Sunday was like church, you know, choir rehearsal, whatever needed to be done. Like she kept me busy. So as I got older, you know, we got into college and I got diagnosed again. So they went to my mom and she was just like, okay, yeah, I know. And I even remember in grade school, they would say, you know, Sanjavini is that's my first name. She's very smart. She aces everything. She was like, I know, she's highly loquacious. She was like, she talks a lot. What else do you got to say? I already know that about my daughter. You have to keep her busy. She's very active. She constantly is on the move. You know what I'm saying? I would just walk off and, you know, like she would never let anyone babysit me. Not because she was scared of how their caregiving techniques was because she knew that I'm going to dip off. If something catches my eye or if my focus goes somewhere else, I'm going to dip off. I've walked away. I've traveled. You know, at like young ages, like 5 years old, 6 years old, I remember leaving and walking from where parents was. We was outside playing all the way down to Exchange Place, the waterfront. If anybody from Jersey City, you'll know what I'm talking about. But I was on a mission. So she knew that for a very young age, and now I deal with that even now older because I have so many thoughts coming to my mind. So I had got diagnosed with AD. Now they changed it to HD because you're hyperactive. Because, you know, I'm like, I speak fast. I get ticked off fast. So now you're hyperactive, right? So they told her, oh yeah, we need to put her on Ritalin. So my mom said, okay, well, she's not getting on no Ritalin. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've seen my daughter mastered everything she's done. Like, you know what I'm saying? The way she came and she had my back, like, I don't give a fuck what you say. She just learns differently. You have to keep her busy. Like, you got to keep up with her. So that's why the fuck you want to put her on drugs to slow her down to get to your level. But no, she's not getting slowed down to your level. She's where she need to be. So what's going to happen is either, Marty, you make a decision, like what you need to do. But she ain't getting, I'm not putting my name on no papers. to put my sort of daughter on her drugs. And it was just used to bug me out because my mom has like no filter. Like she's straight gangster with. She don't care if you the Pope, if you Barack Obama. I honestly feel like if God came down, not saying God isn't here, but that's a whole nother video. Like I'm just gonna talk to y'all like how we talk. If God himself came down here and was like, Christine, you need to whatever. If she feels adamant and has logical reasoning behind what she does, oh, she's gonna definitely no, I'm not gonna be able to do that. Not gonna be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And it's just so funny because I came out so sweet. Like I cry all the time. I'm so emotional whenever. I remember my mother told me like, I swear if I didn't give birth to you, I wouldn't even think that you was really my child. Like why the fuck? You just a bucket of fucking tears. Like everything is you just crying. Like you have to hold your own. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, after a while, it was hurtful. Like goodness, my mom wants me to whatever. I'm just never gonna be that strong. But after I got to a certain age, I think she knew I was so much like her. And I'm so much like her now. Like, it took me probably about 35 years to stand up to my mother and tell her, like, no, I don't feel like going to wash clothes today. No, I don't want to wash my house. No, I don't think I need to look like this. No, this is how I feel today, whatever. Like, I'm able now to speak up for myself. But it's just amazing how, like, they tell us, oh, this ADHD, you know, like, all our kids are dying. I know everybody I know, at least I want to say no bullshit, like, probably 75%, if it's not 80 or 90, of kids have been diagnosed with some type of slowness. No, the fact of the matter is my brain thinks too fast than what you feel like I need to think. So now you gotta dummy me down because I'm black, I'm melanated, I'm also, so like I said, that's a whole nother video. You know what I mean? And this is how I am. I'm superior. My mind don't think on one level. I'm thinking about all different kinds of things. I'm thinking about my future, how I need to get that started, how I didn't finish this, how I need to go here, what I need to do today, what my son needs. Is my mom okay? Did I make a phone call to check on my brother? Like, this is the type of shit that I gotta think of. I'm not sitting down thinking about just one thing. You got to be crazy and lose your mind to sit and just only think about one thing per day. Like, I feel bad for those people. So if I got ADHD, ADD, whatever the case may be, yeah, my attention is on 1,000 different things. It can't just be on one thing. My brain is too big for that. But anyway, I digress. I'm trying to actually bullshit y'all and just have regular conversation because I'm trying to think about what I really want to make this video about. I wanted to make this video about... Oh, right. Okay, so I know a lot of people is dealing with issues in relationships and stuff like that. And sometimes even I deal with it, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, a lot of us, to be honest, if you keep it 100, everything else in your life is going pretty good. You got a pretty good job. You know, the bills are paid. You know, you got a nice, community you live in. Maybe you got a pretty decent car. You got a nice amount in your bank account. You know, maybe a couple of thousand, maybe $2,000-$3,000. I know you're like that. Well, whatever. But I mean, that's really not a nice amount. That's regular amount. But don't just get too caught up in what the fuck I say. Like, just listen. So, you know, everything is going well. You know what I'm saying? Just as it's always been. Like, some of this shit that people brag about is average things to us. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I just, went food shopping, or I just went out to eat, or I just brought, the kids this. And it's like, this is shit that I do all the time. So I don't find that, talking about it, because it's just average life to me, almost like breathing. Like, of course I need to have food in the house. Of course my kids, whatever. I like to keep things entertained. I like to entertain or whatever. So I keep things sometimes funny, but either which way it goes, the one thing that's off is like connecting with people and having healthy relationships. And this is just not even just with men, but it's just even like just with people. So it bothers me daily. It bothers me, honestly, like, why I don't have... At first, it was like, fuck that shit, just me, you know what I mean, whatever. But it's just like, no, you need to have relationships with people. I can understand I'm an empath, so I have to watch, what energies I'm around, because, like, it'll drain me or to make me feel uncomfortable. I understand that I'm an introvert, and... excuse me, and I like to be in my house, I like to sit in my bed, I like to watch movies, I like to be by myself, whatever, but because I can get clarity and I think, and when you start to get connected with your higher self, God, and so forth, and you start having conversations like every day, that's where you want to be. You just want to spend that time to figure out, how can I better myself, how can I, add to the value of life on this earth, who can I help, who can I put a smile. Like me, I love to make people laugh and smile. I guess that's why I'm so entertaining and some people like me, because like I like doing that. I like to have everybody in good spirits. I want everybody to feel like me. You know what I'm saying? Lord. You know what I mean? Could you imagine walking into a place and like birds are flying, flowers is all over, everything is like all white, it smells good. You got some like nice Egyptian musk going in the back with some frankincense and myrrh, and you know what I'm saying? Everybody's like, hello, you're beautiful, I'm beautiful, you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to be on no Molly or no ecstasy. It's just natural love. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I like to be around. So that's what I bring when I try to come around. You know what I mean? Because I'm not, unless I have cramps. Because if it's my time of the month, like that's a whole another issue. Like I really have to figure out what the hell is going on. But or the week before my period, like I'm gonna be moody. Like it's gonna be a communication. It's gonna be a misunderstanding. Is what I meant to say. But yeah. So getting back to, because I know everybody is like, want to talk about it and just don't want to seem like, because I see a lot of y'all express the fact that oh, guys, this is that, and women, they need to learn how to apologize, and they need to shut their mouth sometime, and you know what I'm saying. So the thing about it is both of us are trying to figure out how can we come to a happy medium. So my thing is like if men are feeling some kind of way about women, and women are feeling some kind of way about men, instead of fighting, why don't we get together and sit down? So I was reading this post from this guy saying, men, what do you want women to know? And when I went in it, like I was so blown away, because I was thinking that they was going to say some shit like, we want you to have fat asses. We want you to suck dick more. We want you to shut your mouth. We want you to know how to be a lady, and you know what I'm saying. But they were really pouring out their hearts. They were really saying like, we just want you to not talk at us. You know what I'm saying, because we have feelings too. You know what I'm saying. And that one hit, I think, the hardest, because I never thought. I'm now starting to learn, with having a son and like interacting with other people and other males, that they really feel deeply as much as we do. We think that we're the emotional one because we're the female, whatever. But even on a deeper level, I think that they emotions are a lot deeper than ours, because we're such like nurturers and stuff that we it comes natural to us. But for them, they don't understand how to handle it, because they don't have that nurturer, or they're just men. They're like black and white. So, I had to say like, well, damn, you're right. You can have a conversation with somebody. And I thought about how I speak to people, or men or guys that I've dealt with, when I'm upset. And it's just like, I'm degrading you. Like, shut the fuck up. You stupid. Like, why wouldn't you? You know what I'm saying? Instead of saying like, listen, when you don't, speak to me, or something's going wrong with you, or you know what I'm saying, you don't give me my morning kiss in the morning, or you don't say nothing to me, like it hurts me, because I want to know what's going on with you. And if it's something going on with you, like let me know so I can find a way to help you. You know what I'm saying? So it's just so much going on. But at the same time, a lot of us are in a position, right? This is what I want to talk about. A lot of us are in a position right now where we want to, I don't know if it's so much if we want to be in a relationship, but we have so much love to give to somebody, to a man who can really appreciate it and who needs it. But at the same time, a lot of us may not really want to be or ready to be in a relationship, because we still have to heal from some things. Like I still have to catch myself here and there with a lot of things. Like lately I've been testing myself, and I'll have like interactions or speak or talk, or be interested in a certain guy or whatever, and we'll be talking, and I have to I'll get dealt with the fact of, they tell me, okay, I'll call you at 10 o'clock. 10 o'clock comes, and then I don't get no call, no show. So I had to deal with the fact that I had abandonment issues. And I have to understand that things do happen. Like, shit really happens. People get in car accidents. People could, run into family members. People could fall asleep. People could, because that's what happens in my life. So I had to not jump to gun like, oh, this nigga probably later with some chick. He playing games. So here he go with the lies and shit like this again, because I'm so used to, being lied to or being, let down because of daddy issues or things that have happened early on. In my mind, it's like, okay, this is what's going on. But it's not. I had to train myself to say, you know what? That's not what's going on. And the more you like really do it, like I said, it's not so much about knowing it, it's all about doing it. Like you can go to school and you can learn how to be a doctor, but you're not going to master it unless you start operating on people. Plain and simple. I don't give a fuck how many years you went to school. I want to know how many years you've done the job. You know what I'm saying? So I say all that to say, like, when you get into a place of, you know what I'm saying, you just want to love on somebody, it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. Love on people. You know, trust somebody. Give them the benefit of the doubt. Wipe the slate clean for everybody that comes into your life. Don't keep blaming them for something somebody else did. You know what I'm saying? That nigga wears size 8. This nigga wears size 10 and a half, 11. You know what I'm saying? Like, just really, you know what I'm saying? Really just let that shit go. You have to. It's like no work around it. It's no way about it. And people say, oh, it's so hard, whatever. I don't think there's nothing hard. In my mind, it's nothing fucking hard, because the thing of the matter is, how the fuck you know it's hard if you ain't tried it? Yeah. How do you know you can't lift that dresser or that TV if you haven't lifted yet? How you just gonna look at it and be like, yeah, that's too heavy for me? Oh no, I had back injuries. I try everything. I try everything. My mother, everybody, you know, tell you, like, Mark, listen, I'm going to try. If it don't agree with me, it don't agree with me. If I can't do it, I can't do it. But there's no way in hell I'm going to sit back and not try something. Fuck that shit. Because in my mind, I'm supposed to live a certain way. I'm supposed to have my house, my picket fence. I'm supposed to have my alpha male, my king. I'm supposed to have, you know what I'm saying, family. I'm supposed to have the love. I'm supposed to, you know what I'm saying, spread the love. So that's just my thing. That's just my thing. So at the end of the day, it's like, you meet somebody, you know what I'm saying, you're interested in them, they're interested in you. You get an understanding of not, and you're going to have them feelings come up because you're so conditioned and so used to being a certain way. Your body is going to react to a certain circumstance. So if that guy tells you, like last night, for instance, I've been speaking to somebody, and, you know, he's been consistent, sweet, like, you know, he's not on no, hey, you sexy, whatever. Like, we have, like, really good conversation. You know what I'm saying? He's a go-getter. He follows his dreams. He's accomplished a lot. And what happened is that, you know, he's like, you know, I'm gonna hit you back, you know, after I come from the doctors or whatever. So, oh, excuse me. Yes, if you heard that, like, I felt that and heard that in my ears, like, I need a massage. But just align myself. I just got to do some stretching, which is important, but that's a whole nother video. So, you know, he's like, I'm going to call you at a certain time. So I'm like, okay. The time came, I give people a benefit of the doubt, half an hour out. I'm like, see, here we fucking go. And because I just came out of a relationship with a nigga being MIA because whatever he was doing, or just repeat activities from other people, it bothers me and upset me. Because my thing is, like, if you don't have time for me, or if you're doing something else, do that. Leave me the fuck out the equation. Like, stop putting me in a fucking cipher. You know what I'm saying? Just like I'm starting to see these memes about, you know, how men send, like, multiple text messages to different women. Good morning, beautiful. Hey, love, how's your day going? And you thinking, oh my God, he reached out to me at 7:30 in the morning. He reached out to you and 5 other motherfuckers. And it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what the fuck? But I don't take that and hold that against this dude. You know what I'm saying? So I got the feeling, I was like, see, I'm about to cut his ass off. Because my thing is, my cutoff game right now is so strong because I don't want to feel no negative shit. I don't want to keep going through depression. I don't want to keep going through hurt. So before I even give you the chance to come in my life and cause some shit like that, oh no, you out of here. You out of here. You out of here like some fucking garbage that just started stinking in my garbage. I had to cook shrimp the other night, through the, you know, the shells in there, and now I'm starting to smell. You out of here before you even stink up the place. You know what I'm saying? So that's been my thing, and that's how you need to move. But you need to wait and give people the benefit of the doubt, because this is not like a ongoing thing. This is something that just happened. So I humbled myself, and I texted him. I was like, hey, hon, you know, trying to be nice. You know, you send a nice emoji, like you really be on some, like, really straight stuff. I'm not in a relationship with this dude. We just met. We getting to know each other. I should not be getting upset or even allowing him to get me upset, because for what? At the end of the day, you still on, what do they call it? Like when you start a job or you still on probation. So either which way it goes, you know what I'm saying? This is not solid. So I said, let me humble myself for number one, because this is not my man. Number two, I don't know the situation. And number three, oh well, I'm glad that I start to see shit early so I can just get this out the way. You know, I'm cutting through the grass and seeing who needs to be here and who don't. So I'm enjoying this process and this journey. I'm learning. I'm like, okay, this is what I need to do. So Don't be on no sucker for love type shit and just take anything because, oh, you know what I'm saying, I could work with that. No, if you can't work with it, don't work with it. So I sat there and I said, you know what? Let me text him. Like, hey, you know, I said something, hun, sweetheart, whatever, whatever. I'm going to bed. You know, hope all is well, and you know, have a good night. And that was it. 5 minutes later, he texted me something happened with, because he was been in a couple. Long story short, either I don't have to get into it. Either which way it goes, you know, something happens. You know, he explained to me what was going on or whatever, and I was just like, okay, you know, it was understandable. And I said, okay, have a good night. And he sent me back an emoji like with a smiley face, and he always calls me a queen and sent me a crown. Like, so I knew from that he was saying like, you know, I thank you for being understanding. You know, you're a queen. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, oh, yes, I passed the test. I didn't black out because I was about to say, you know what? You said you was going to call. You didn't call. Fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what normal chicks would do. I was about to say bitches. That's, you know what I mean, not stable and not emotional. But once you start getting control and once you start wanting to be better, a better you really put forth the effort. You're going to have to, in order to be a better you, you're going to have to do shit that you didn't normally do. That's why things keep happening over and over and again, because you haven't mastered handling that in a humble and a loving way. You keep handling it through anger and through dark shit. You can't handle nothing through dark shit. Every light and love like supersedes everything. You know what I'm saying? So in order for you to move forward, in order for you to heal, in order for you to be strong, in order for you to be dope, you have to humble yourself. And you have to understand if shit ain't right, it just ain't right. Move the fuck on. Move the fuck on, especially when you have so much other shit going on for yourself. Like, if you have to talk to yourself, like, you be your own fucking cheerleader. You be your own therapist. Talk life into yourself. You know what I'm saying? Look, I may not be XYZ, but I got this, I got that. Like, you got the basic shit. You got all the bills in your name. And I'm not throwing no shade, but y'all know I just talk the way I talk. Whoever take offense, then that's on you. You know what I'm saying? If it's bothering you or if it's fucking with you, then maybe you need to work in that area. But at the end of the day, you know that you got all your bills in your name. You don't have to depend on no system, no parents, no boyfriend, no nothing to pay your bills. But when you get up the fuck in the morning and you go to work, that's a beautiful thing. That's a beautiful thing. It's a lot of people out here that cannot say that. So I'm proud of that because I don't have to be like that. You know what I'm saying? I have been on welfare before. I've had, you know, whatever help me out, and I've had parents chipping in, all this other stuff. But listen, I have lived with people, you know what I'm saying? But right now at this particular time, I've graduated from that. Now I have my own. Every bill is in my name. Every bill gets paid for out of my pocket that I work for, blood, sweat, and tears. You understand? Everything. Even miscellaneous shit. Should I feed other people kids? You know what I'm saying? I'm always having kids in my house. I have boys in my house. I have to keep snacks. And that's another thing. I know I'm going off topic, and again, no shade, no nothing, but stop inviting kids over your house if you ain't got no food to feed them. If you ain't got no juice, no snacks, no nothing to give them. You should not have kids in your house for like hours and you cannot give them simple things like juice and a fucking snack. You know what I'm saying? This is why maybe I always have kids over my house. My thing is, it's like it takes a village to raise kids. And if you ain't got that shit, then just, you know what I'm saying, whatever. It's understandable. You know what I mean, on certain levels. But at the same time, like even for your own kids, like if you need to have certain things in your house for them to have. It just doesn't make any sense. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. I've been feeling deep about that because it's crazy. It's crazy because my son can go over anybody's house, you know what I'm saying, where I live, and they feed him. Like there's a family that literally, my son is a very, very picky eater. Like I don't even know if, you can't really say he's a vegetarian because he does eat meat, but he's like only eats like 5 things. And they go out and, you know, when they ordering pizza for everybody, they went out to the supermarket and brought him little cups of macaroni and cheese because he doesn't eat pizza. He doesn't like tomato sauce, but will drink ketchup. Like I buy ketchup like at least every week. You know what I'm saying? He doesn't like, what else doesn't he like? I don't know, but he's just like very particular. So my thing is like we all chip in to help each other. You know what I'm saying? And I just hate the fact that sometimes my son will go over somebody's house and I pick him up or he calls me and he's hungry. He's been over there for 5 hours. He didn't even have nothing to drink. You know what I'm saying? That shit makes no sense. And my thing is, if you don't have much, it's understandable. But this is why my mother always say, make what you can shake. Stop, please, y'all. Stop having all these kids and not taking the time to like really put into them and invest in them. It makes no sense. Those are innocent beings. They shouldn't have to lack because you lack or because you don't feel like it. Get your ass the fuck